Hello folks, it's a beautiful, hot, sunny day in Texas. The sun is nice and bright and it's shining over here, very hot. Anyways, today we're going to be talking about the American Tarp system. American Tarp was founded in 2021 as a sister company to Roll-Off Truck World. Roll-Off Truck World was building brand new trucks and putting all these tarp systems, was using different brand of tarp systems, and over the time of building these trucks, we realized that, you know, these were brand new trucks and they were getting broken down, you know, 6 months into the use, or a year from now, they were all having, you know, bent arms and ripped and torn apart. And, you know, my father said, you know what, we're in the business of building trucks and selling them. We're not in the business of having these brand new trucks, you know, come back in here and having broken tarp systems all the time. So he decided to build his own tarp system. And at first I thought it was a crazy idea, but turns out that my father comes from the ex-oil field, and he ended up building a very heavy duty solid tarp system, a lot more metal than most tarp systems, and it's pretty strong. Our main focus was to build a simple system that was simple to repair and use, that didn't have all these fancy electronics and switches and wires and cables going everywhere, that once an electrical issue happens, you're stuck on the job site and your tarp system, you can't operate it. We wanted to build something simple, something heavy duty that can stand the toughness of the job, and something modular. So most of these tarp system or different tarp brands, they use, for tandem axle applications and up, they'll use a tarp model, and then for single axle applications, they'll change the whole model, and it'll be different parts and different models and different systems, different maintenance and repairs. So we decided to just build something fully modular. So the same tarp system that you see behind here, and we'll talk about it and go around it quickly, the same tarp system that you see here is fully modular, and it goes on single axle applications, on hook lifts from 14 feet to 16 feet, on roll-off cables, on anything is modular. So all it is, you're going to have the same tarp system with the same parts across the board for your big trucks and your small trucks. That way, whenever you break down, you don't need to be ordering or keeping in stock a bunch of different parts for a bunch of different tarp systems. You have one tarp system, and that works across the whole fleet, whether you're running a single axle, a hook lift, a roll-off, anything you're running, any length and size as well. It's fully adjustable, so there's a lot of versatility with it. Let's go ahead and talk about the main key points about this tarp system and make this video hopefully quick. So starting on over here, you have a heavy-duty bolt-on tarp, and this tarp here is all bolted on. This is the main frame right here and the main frame over there. Sturdy, heavy-duty tubular system, and it has wing gussets. So there are wing gussets all around over here and on the other side. Those wing gussets basically just help for the vibration. There's a lot of, this is your biggest vibration point for most tarp systems, and it's a heavy-duty. It's simple to install. It's all bolted onto the frame, so it's not welded or anything. So it's simple to remove as well, simple to repair in case this thing ever breaks or whatever happens. And the wing gussets really add a lot of more strength to it, especially for the vibration. Over here, you've got your base arm, which is what we call the base of the arm right here. This is a heavy-duty 5/16 arm, and the pivot points, these are all, so we like doing things simple. So it doesn't do any good to have the fanciest tarp system in the world, and when you need a part for it, you need to replace it, and it'll take you 6 hours of labor, and you need to order it and whatnot. Over here, simple design. Our whole tarp system works with pins. There is no bolts, there is no nuts, there's nothing going on. The whole tarp system is all pins. So very simple to repair. Come and take a look over here. Come and take a look over here. All of these are pins, and they got a locker over here. And these pins, over the time of the use, they will eventually wear out. And you buy these pins again from us, and they're cheap and very simple. They got a cotter pin over here, so they're simple to just take this out, take this pin out, replace a new pin in there, put the cotter pin, and you're good to go. Most tarp systems are using a gear pinion over here called the rack and pinion or a gear pinion. Basically what it is, there's many marketing names to it. Different brands are doing it. It's basically a gear pinion that goes over here, and it has a brush that is supposed to cover the dirt and the debris, but obviously dirt still gets in there, and it must be greased. Of course, every tarp system needs to be greased, and this is no different. Every cylinder end has a grease point, and every single cylinder or moving part essentially has a grease point. So most tarp systems, they use that gear pinion, and the gear pinion works great. A lot of people don't maintain it right. Debris also will eventually get into there no matter what. Dirt, debris, and a lot of solids can get in there, and eventually what it is with that gear pinion is it'll wear out eventually. Whether it's from not greasing it, or even if you maintain it and greased it right and properly your whole life, it's a gear pinion, so it simply is going to wear out. And hydraulic cylinders are no different. However, let me show you. Changing the gear pinion on one of them tarp systems is much harder and takes a lot more labor. You need to order, the gear pinion. It needs to arrive, and then you need to take the whole thing apart and put it back together. Over here, you've got cylinders. You've got 2 pins that you require no tools other than a hammer to pin them out. You take this cylinder out, you buy another one, or repack the cylinder if you don't have time and you need to be on the go. Most people can do these on their own shop, or a hydraulic shop can also do that for you. Or you can simply, obviously, pick up the phone, give us a call, we'll overnight the cylinder to you. You'll grab it, put it back in here, put your 2 pins, you're good to go. Same thing goes for our main cylinders over here. So, this cylinder ever goes out, starts leaking, they also wear out, just like a gear pinion, but this is going to be much easier to put you back on the road. You can do it in 30 minutes. Take out these 2 pins, put a new cylinder in there, connect your hydraulic hoses, you're good to go. Well, main critical angle point, right here, most tarp systems, we call this the elbow joint. Elbow joint, the elbow joint takes a lot of stress. So it takes a lot of weight, takes a lot of wear and tear. Our elbow joints are fully reinforced, as you can see. Let me show you over here. This tarp system is easy to install for most dealers and installers as well. It comes in 2 pieces. Once you come and you grab it, and you're gonna put it, for shipment, it comes in 2 pieces. Then it comes and you grab it and you put these 3 bolts in here and you're good to go. This is a reinforced 3/16 welded side plate elbow. This whole thing, and let me show them right here. Film right here so they can see. Film right here. This whole thing right here is reinforcing this elbow joint, and it's all welded around here and bolted over here for simple installation, but also very critical point right here, and it needs to have a lot of strength. Let me show you over here as well. Every single point where these cylinders are hooked, which is also a very critical point, are reinforced as well. This right here is reinforced. That end over there is reinforced as well. Your crash bar, very sturdy crash bar and heavy duty as well. We have an innovative design. So with this fully extendable cylinder, and we'll actually run it and show you guys, but this is a very innovative design. It's simple to operate. It works. Our idea was to make it simple and keep it simple. That way, when it breaks down, you're good to go, and you don't take 8 to 10 hours repairing it and how to repair it and reading a bunch of manuals. It doesn't take a genius to figure out how to repair this cylinder. Innovative design, fully extendable up to 25 feet. Very heavy duty tarp system, and I'll show you now. If you do the test and you go to most tarp systems and you bang it or hit it or try to wiggle it and shake it as much as you can, you will find yourself that your whole tarp system is jiggling all around. That it goes on the road as well. While you're driving on the road, you'll hear your tarp system, and it's just, bouncing and bouncing and bouncing. In this case, this is a very heavy duty sturdy tarp system. We're ex-oil field people. My father comes from the oil field, so there's no tougher industry than the oil field, so that's how he learned. He comes from that fabricating world, and my father definitely put some thought into this, into making it a heavy duty. So you'll grab this tarp system, and if we try to... This base is not going anywhere. You do that to any other tarp system, and you'll find the whole tarp system running around. Do this to the arms. Very obviously, in a tarp system, you have to have some type of free plate to forgive yourself, for alignment and dumpsters that are kind of bent and whatnot. But if you grab this tarp system, it's a pretty heavy duty tarp system. Most of the tarps that you do this right now, it'll jiggle even up to the other side, and everything is going to wiggle and wobble. Same thing over here, pretty heavy duty tarp system. Everything is nicely reinforced. That concludes the main key points for the American Tarp system. This here is the model Strong 6. We like to keep everything simple, so we don't like to offer a bunch of different models to confuse everything in different applications. We built a Tarp system that is fully modular for all applications. Single axles, tandem axles, tri-axles, quad axles, for all containers up to 25 feet in length, and will go as short as 12 feet in length. So this same Tarp system does not need any other model. So we only offer one model. It's called the Strong 6. And the Strong 6, all you need to let us know is how long your dumpsters are going to be, or if it's going to be a single axle or a tandem axle. And the same Tarp system will work. The only thing that differs or changes in between those variants is going to be the length of this base right here. Other than that, all the arms and components are all literally the same across the board. And that was made with the idea behind simple repairs are going to get you on the road faster. They're going to get you more money in your pocket, and they're going to keep you running and turning those dumpsters. And having the availability to have the same parts, the same Tarp system, the same pins, the same hydraulic cylinders that work across the board for all of your trucks is very, very essential. Because other than that, you're going to have to stock a bunch of different parts for a bunch of different parts or brands of Tarp systems, or aluminums, or steel, or this and that. And obviously, this is the full steel Tarp system, so very heavy duty. Folks, we give a limited 5-year warranty. That's 1 year on the hydraulics and 5-year warranty limited on the structure for manufacturer defects. Should you ever encounter any type of issues, we will repair it, or we will send you a new Tarp system.